Hey, my friends, hope you're all doing well and keeping safe out there. Today, I want to talk about a subject all of you are actually pretty familiar with, or you should be familiar with at least. And that is the thought or the question that I ask every one of my guests on the Storybox. What does success look like for you? And I want to answer it from my point of view and what I believe success is for me. Now, the title of this message is The Pull of Success. The pull of success. And I believe there are two kinds of pulls. There's the first one that I'm going to talk about, which is the world's pull, the world's desires and what the world teaches us so well, actually, that success is, the fancy cars, having a lot of money in the bank account, all these achievements, these grand achievements that you must strive to one day achieve, because then somehow when you do achieve it, you're valuable in society. And I was guilty for many years of being pulled towards this idea of success in my life. You guys know the journey, and if you don't, then I'll share a little bit about it. But I wanted to be a filmmaker for as long as I can remember. 8 years old, wanted to make movies, thought that was my purpose, and thought that if I was to achieve the Hollywood status of being a director, the next Spielberg, and earning a massive reputation amongst my peers and the world even, I wanted everyone to sort of relish in my success and achievements in making great films and sharing amazing stories with the world. But as you know, life didn't really turn out the way I wanted it to turn out. And so I had put all my ideas of my worth, my identity into achieving this level of success, that if I did achieve it, then I would be worth it. My purpose would have matched up, and life would just be grand and dandy. So I was pulled so much towards the world's version of success. And a lot of people are pulled to that version of success. But as you guys know, on the Storybox, I don't believe anyone out of the hundreds of people that I have asked has said to me, Jay, success is 100% based around and is achieving the world's version of success. The aims of reaching a lot of money and having a lot of fame, notoriety, you name it, fancy cars, big houses, all those things. No one has ever said that to me. I don't believe they have. And at the moment, I am actually writing in my new book, which is pretty exciting, and uncovering this thought of what is real success. If it's not, and I know this to be true for me and for what everyone else has told me as well, if it's not the world's version of what we are taught and conditioned from a very young age to be, and we see it all the time in the movies, we see it on social media as well, this fake idea, then what is it? So what is the other pull that we need to actually be drawn towards? And that pull, I really believe, is making up your own idea of success, or I would use God's version of success, and really understanding it. So here's what I have taken away from the many conversations that I have listened to and dug a little bit deeper, and then also asking myself the question and do it through a lot of prayer and meditation and looking at life and experiences. And trust me, you don't have to be an old soul or an old person at all to really think that this is success for you. And ultimately, I believe there are so many different great ideas of what success is for that person. And ultimately, first and foremost, success should be always relative to you. So I'm not trying to take away anyone else's idea of what success is for them. What I will say is, though, the world's version of success is a very shallow way of viewing success, because once you do, and a lot of people have that I've spoken with, once they do achieve that level of fame, money, everything, then they don't feel fulfilled. They ask themselves, what's next? Is this it? Is that all to life? I mean, I've been taught for many years that once I reach here, then I'm worth something in society, then everyone's going to love me, you name it. I'm going to feel like something is special about me. Whereas here's my view on it. That's all fine. If you believe that, by all means, you can choose to believe that. But once you get to that level, I don't want you to start thinking, why? Why is this it? All those questions where I was at, actually. And I remember being in business college in 2016, and my college lecturer would say to me on 3 separate occasions, Jay, you're going to be successful one day. And my mind immediately went to, obviously, the world's version of success. And, I had all those questions that some of you are no doubt probably in today. And that is, well, what is there to life now after I've achieved all these great things? I've gotten everything. There's the bit of fluff flying around there. Anyway, but I've achieved all these great things, and I've been pulled towards it. Now I just don't feel like I'm worth anything still. I feel like something is missing and empty. And so after saying all this in a tangent kind of way, I apologize for that, and hopefully it's made sense. Then what I will say to you, here's my idea. Everyone loves to see the tip of the iceberg, everything that you've done, quote, to revolve around something that's great, right? I've just mentioned that. But no one tends to care or even see what goes on beneath the iceberg. And so for me, my idea of success is, yes, the iceberg analogy of persistence, of hard work, of striving towards a certain goal. And that goal for me is based in being an excellent human being, first and foremost, being authentic, being a person of integrity and of character, and living the purpose that God has given me to live, of being the person that I am today, of being uniquely Jay Phantom, being special. God made me special already. And I desire, first and foremost, that when I get to the end of my life and I transition from this earth to heaven, and I meet God for the very first time, I want him to say to me, Jay or Jared, well done, my good and faithful servant. That for me would be the ultimate version of success, period, bar none. Because it has shown me that while I was here on this earth and while I was given the precious and limited time that I have here on this earth, I used it wisely. I used it to serve Christ. I used it not for myself, not for my own gain, but for others. And that for me is ultimately success. If I can every single day wake up with a huge appreciation and gratitude towards life in general and the fact that I am alive, then I have succeeded already. I don't need to go out there in life and achieve all these things that the world will try and pull you towards and say, this is real success. I believe that I am now being pulled towards this ultimate version of success, which is striving to be an excellent human being, because God has put me on this earth for a reason, for a purpose, and I want to honor that. I want to respect that, and I want to use that for his glory, not my own. And that has brought me joy, a sense of peace and contentment, and ultimately, I believe, fulfillment. I am constantly in that process of growing, and I haven't learned anything or everything. Sorry, I am still learning, and that excites me. And every person that I've spoken to so far about success and what it looks like to them, all of them have had a unique or different experience or thing to say if you've listened to the episodes. But there have been some similar characteristics, such as peace, happiness, finding joy, and relationships as well. So all these things, they tie in to one another at some point of your life in being here on this earth to live the very best life that you possibly can, to live out the best story that God is writing for you and you're also writing as well. So are you going to start writing the best story of your life and then start feeling like you are successful right now? You don't have to go out and do big and grand things. And you may disagree with me on that, and that's totally fine as well. But what I want to encourage you right now is that if you don't feel like you are successful, ask yourself, why not? Is it because I am constantly being pulled or drawn towards having the nice things in life? And I'm not saying any of that stuff is bad at all. Don't get me wrong. But what I will say is, what are you actually aiming towards in your life? That is it going to serve you well, or is it going to just continue to make you feel like you're stuck and not going anywhere? So my encouragement and my question to you is the same question I ask everyone at the very beginning of my podcast, which is, what does success look like for you? You can only answer that. I can't answer it for you. I can encourage you as best I possibly can with my answers and all my guest answers. But what does it look like for you? And I hope that what I have said has made sense to you as you are watching and listening to it. And I hope that you are now able to form a better understanding of what success is, from not just my point of view, but a lot of the people that have lived a lot longer than me and are a lot wiser than me as well. So anyway, my friends, that's enough from me. Be blessed, and remember, and your story matters. Be blessed.